Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. France, the United Kingdom and Canada have issued their strongest condemnation yet of the way Israel is fighting the war in Gaza. In a joint statement, the leaders of the three countries said, "We have always supported Israel's right to defend Israelis from terrorism. This escalation is wholly disproportionate. If Israel does not cease the renewed military offensive and lift its restrictions on humanitarian aid, we will take further concrete actions." Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to allow what he called minimal food into Gaza was, they said, wholly inadequate. Mr. Netanyahu has hit back, saying the leaders in London, Ottawa and Paris are offering a huge prize for the genocidal attack on Israel on October the 7th, while inviting more such atrocities.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, end this blockade now and let the aid in. Regrettably, Madam Deputy Speaker, despite our efforts, this Israeli government's egregious actions and rhetoric have continued. They are isolating Israel from its friends and partners around the world, undermining the interests of the Israeli people, and damaging the image of the State of Israel in the eyes of the world. Therefore, today, I'm announcing that we have suspended negotiations with this Israeli government on a new free trade agreement.
I was very happy when President Trump proposed full ceasefire.
Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russia of trying to buy time to continue its war in Ukraine, a day after Donald Trump said progress towards a ceasefire had been made in a call with Vladimir Putin. Following separate calls with Zelensky and Putin on Monday, Donald Trump said truce talks between Russia and Ukraine would start immediately. Mr. Putin said he was ready to work on a memorandum on a possible future peace agreement, but did not address calls for a 30-day pause in the fighting. Iran's supreme leader has expressed doubt that nuclear talks with the US will lead to a new agreement, saying it had made excessive and outrageous demands on uranium enrichment. The US President Donald Trump said last week that Iran had sort of agreed to the terms of a deal, following 4 rounds of talks mediated by Oman since the 12th of April. French authorities have launched a nationwide hunt for thousands of tiny Chinese-made telephones used by convicts to continue criminal activities from inside prison. The telephones, no bigger than a cigarette lighter, are almost entirely plastic and have a reputation for being virtually invisible to metal detectors. Under Operation Prison Break, announced on Tuesday by the cybercrime branch of the Paris prosecutor's office, prison officers have been authorised to conduct searches in 500 cells in 66 detention centres. According to Le Monde newspaper, the devices were nicknamed suppositories by prison inmates because of their ease of concealment.
Niwaombe katika matamko yanayotoka ni vyema wizara na vyombo vyetu vya ulinzi na usalama.
Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has warned activists from neighbouring Kenya that she will not allow them to meddle in her country's affairs and cause chaos. Her comments came after prominent Kenyan lawyers and rights campaigners were deported, preventing them from attending the court case of an opposition leader charged with treason. Human rights groups are concerned that the Tanzanian government is increasingly cracking down on the opposition ahead of elections in October. On Monday, the leader of the main opposition Chadema party, Tundu Lissu, appeared in magistrates' court after being arrested last month.
It's an effort that's almost superhuman. 90 marathons in 35 days. William Good.
And a British ultra-endurance athlete says he has broken the world record for running across the width of Australia after a gruelling 35-day journey. William Googe started the 3,800-kilometre run from the Cottesloe Beach in Perth on the 15th of April and finished on Monday afternoon at Australia's iconic Bondi Beach, his father by his side. Googe's team says he ran the equivalent of 2.5 marathons, around 100 kilometres, every single day. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.